Okay, so first I think we should like introduce ourselves.
Mhm.
So
Sure.
my name is Emma. I live in Belgium. I am 18 years old and I study media and entertainment business at Thomas More.
Um, do you want me to introduce myself now? So I'm Hannah. I'm 33 years old. I'm from Australia, but have lived in Belgium for the last 5 years. With Matthew.
Yeah, great. So now I'm gonna ask like some introductory questions to like get to know you
Mhm.
better. Um, what do you do for work here in Belgium?
So I am a pastry chef, a pâtissier. So I run my own business. I have a small patisserie in Hui.
Okay, great. Do you do the same job here as you did in Australia?
Yes, yeah. I didn't own my own business in Australia. I worked for other people.
Okay, great. Uh, do you have any children?
Yes, we've got one. Emily, she's 11 months old.
Okay. Um, what was the main reason for your move to Belgium?
For my husband Mathieu, he's from Huilat, from Belgium. We met in Australia when he was studying there. But getting an Australian visa is a bit more difficult, and he was starting his career.
Mm-hmm.
So it was best to move back
Mm-hmm.
to Belgium.
Do you remember any of your first impressions when you came to Belgium?
Um, it was yeah. I mean, it was welcoming. The weather's not great.
No.
um, Compared to Australia, there's not much sun here.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I studied patisserie in Paris
Mm-hmm. Okay.
for a year and a half. And I really liked living there, but it was very difficult not speaking the language.
Okay, yeah.
Paris itself, the
Mm-hmm.
French are not super friendly. Um, and so when I came to Belgium, it was like the same European feel, but just with really friendly people, very similar to Australians.
Yeah, okay.
Especially, yeah, all Matthew's family and friends, they're all very welcoming. Um, yeah.
Would you say that moving to Paris was more difficult than moving to Belgium?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously back then I didn't speak any French.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't speak that much, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think Parisians are a lot less willing to welcome you and
Yeah,
speak the
okay.
language. Um, yeah,
Okay.
it's just not as friendly of an area.
Okay. So for my next question, I would like to ask, what is like one daily habit that is very
Yeah.
different here, than from Australia?
Um, yeah, I will say so in Australia we have a really big kind of cafe brunch coffee culture. So, like growing up, my parents always every single morning went to the coffee shop and had a coffee with their friends. And I kind of just grew up knowing that, and um, I would do that in my life as well. And then moving to Belgium, there was no coffee shops that at like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning were full with people before work having a and that was really a big shock to me. Um, yeah.
Would you say it's like the biggest cultural shock you had here compared to like being in Australia?
I mean that was the most obvious one. Obviously the very different. Um, but having like being with Matthew's family, they all speak English to me. I didn't find that was um as overwhelming. Yeah.
would you say there's like differences in work and school expectations?
So obviously school, I'm not sure. From what I've the schooling over here is more difficult. Um, Work expectations, poor. I fairly similar. I work in a pretty demanding job. We have hours, and that's kind of the same. I would say from hearing other people in different areas, the work life balance in Australia is a little bit better.
Um, are there any holidays or special events that you used to celebrate in Australia that we don't celebrate over here?
Um, so there is obviously there's Australia Day, our national holiday. But
Uh-huh.
that's Belgium a Belgian day as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then we have we Australia is big into sporting, like whether it's
Okay.
horse riding. So I know that there's like a
Yeah.
big it's called the Melbourne Cup, and it's a big horse riding, a public
Okay.
holiday on the Friday for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there's the football, which is not like soccer. It's a straight
Okay.
sport. And there's a whole public
Uh-huh.
holiday for the grand final of that as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. And like, is your sports events like the whole day, or is it like here in Belgium that you watch 2 hours and then it's done?
Um, no, I'd say it's bigger. It's people really take the well because
Mm-hmm.
most people get the day off, whether they're attending
Okay,
the
yeah.
match or they're watching it at cafes, restaurants. People have like parties
Yeah.
for it. So I it's more
Yeah.
of a whole day.
Do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia?
No,
No?
no, no.
Okay, okay. Um, would you say there is any difference in the type of food we eat? For example, at breakfast or dinner?
I'd say it's similar here. We in actually we have so obviously breakfast is big in Australia. We do like brunch. Um, but then I guess every day of the week you do similar in bread,
Uh-huh.
or um, and we have like a light lunch. It's normally just like a salad or a sandwich or
Oh, okay,
something.
okay.
Dinner is the hot meal of the day. That's when you sit down and yeah.
Is there like any foods that we don't have in Belgium that you do have in Australia? Like, for example, I think I heard something about fairy bread.
It's very very
So I don't know what it is.
so fairy bread is like a white loaf of bread, like a slice of
Uh-huh.
bread with
Yeah.
butter, and then the little the sugar beads, like we call them hundreds of thousands. I think they're just sprinkles over
Yeah,
here.
sprinkles, yeah.
Yeah, and then so you put that like nice and thick on on the butter, and it's basically like sugar and butter
Oh, okay.
on white bread. But it's yeah, I love it. It's a very so for my birthday every year I would make them and like cut them into little like hearts or triangles. It's like a birthday staple. So it's a nostalgic. It's not necessarily a culinary delight, but it's very nostalgic.
Okay, great. So me, I'm a big snacker. Is there any snacks that you miss from Australia that we don't like have here?
Um, my favorite chip, like crisps, was salt and vinegar, which is not a big flavor over here. I find that the flavor, like in flavored chips.
Uh-huh.
We also had um, but like roast chicken, flavored chips,
Mm-hmm.
tomato sauce, flavored chips, kind of a bit strange, but
Wow.
just different.
Yeah.
And then um, a few different chocolate bars, but
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can find a lot of that stuff in the UK because we're
Oh, okay,
Australia.
okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Um, what would you say helped you feel like the most comfortable when you first moved to Belgium?
Hmm. Oh, that's a good question. Um, Obviously, yeah, having Matthew's family, um, that was that was good, and then oh, yeah, I don't, that's a tough question. It's
Yeah.
yeah, having
Okay.
having the family and the fact they
Okay.
spoke
Yeah.
English to me. I really think the language was is the biggest thing. I
Okay.
didn't have to a
Yeah.
new country and
Okay.
you don't speak any of the language, and
Mm-hmm.
um, I was lucky that
Yeah.
they spoke English to me.
Yeah. Okay. Um, are there any new like traditions that you adopted from Belgium? For example, like Sinterklaas?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think having the patisserie, I've had to kind of follow those traditions.
Uh-huh.
So taste into as is definitely the biggest one. Um, I've really gotten into that now that we have Emily. She's
Mm-hmm.
it's more exciting because we get to see her reactions,
Yeah.
things like that. And then there's obviously ones that I gave up, like or didn't give up, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the bunny. It's the bells over here. So in
Oh.
yeah, in Australia, it's a bunny rabbit that brings the eggs, the chocolate eggs, and we don't get
Oh.
get like a chocolate egg.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so having just spent Easter and Kat bought Emily like a bike, and like
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you get gifts, and it's different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, when I was little, we like did the Easter hunts, but we actually had to like search for the eggs. We didn't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
like presents. Now it's like more presents and instead of chocolate hunts, but when I was little, we did have the chocolate
yeah,
hunts.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, what advice would you give to someone who is moving to a different country for the first time?
Um, I'd say bring as many either traditions or actual
Yeah.
belongings from home
Mm-hmm.
as you can. I, I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't mean pack a suitcase full of things, but
Yeah.
small that are going to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
bring you comfort. Say we've got a breakfast spread called Vegemite. It's very salty,
Okay.
like bouillon, but black. I brought that so I could have that for breakfast in the mornings, and it
Yeah, yeah.
just brings that piece of home with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
but also, yeah, just enjoy learning about the other countries'
Yeah.
traditions and um,
For my last question, I wanted to ask you, is there like any stereotypes about Australia that you think aren't true at all?
um, phew. I mean, there's the classic one of there's like everything can kill you.
Yeah. Got
Yeah, I
that
mean, I'm
one.
not going to say it's not true because we do have a lot of dangerous animals, but in your day to day, don't just walk. Uh,
Okay. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting me do this. I really appreciated it, and it means a lot to me. Is there like any questions you have for me?
um, yeah, obligated. Yeah, I don't think so. Um, yeah, if there's anything
Okay.
else that we missed, you can always message me.